I'm Calvin. That's Debbie. We're here coming at you with the betting show ahead of today's WNBA playoff action. Debbie is fresh off of watching one of the biggest football upsets of the year. We have basketball on today. 2 games on the slate. Mercury at the Storm at 3 o'clock Eastern at ABC. And on ESPN2, right afterwards, we have the Sky taking on the Lynx in Minnesota.
With Breanna Stewart sidelined, the Phoenix Mercury come into Seattle as 3.5-point favorites. Who you got?
Well, like you guys were talking about earlier, I did see an upset yesterday. NC State beating Clemson in football. I was there in person for that one. That was pretty exciting. But is it really an upset for the Seattle Storm to win at home? I mean, to me, we don't know about Diana Taurasi yet, so that's a big factor at the time of this taping. However, I do know that Mercedes Russell has to control BG a little bit on the inside, and I think she's going to step up to that and have a big game. And I also think we already know what Sue Bird and Jewel Lloyd are going to do. I like Jordan Canada getting quality minutes here and helping change the pace of the game. And I just think without Diana Taurasi, Sophie Cunningham might have to make 10 threes for them to be able to win on the road.
I'm taking Seattle as well. Gabe Christie and I talked on the podcast about how the Mercury are a sexy upset pick. Apparently, they're so sexy that it's not even an upset, according to the sports books. But I'm taking Seattle plus 3.5. Even if Diana Taurasi does play, I just think Jewel Lloyd is so tough to handle for that backcourt defensively, the way that she's big, strong, physical, and can score the basketball. Seattle's going to have a great home court advantage. They always do, especially in the playoffs. Even without Breanna Stewart on the court, I'm taking Seattle plus 3.5.
The over-under for this game is 160.5. They score more or less than that.
Well, this one's tough. Like Debbie said, Diana Taurasi could really change the complexion of this line as well. Her on the court, obviously, her getting buckets, her pushing the pace, that really changes things towards the over. I'm not so sure she's going to play. I think her ankle injury must be pretty bad to keep her out of a single elimination playoff game, someone of her caliber. So even if she does play, she might be limited. I'm going with the under in this game without her, or even with a limited Taurasi and without Breanna Stewart on the court.
You guys know I'm taking the over. I mean, everything's about pace in the league at this point in the season, and I don't know if either one of these teams can stop the other. I mean, BG obviously is a big presence around the rim, especially on the defensive end. And she's had an MVP-like caliber year on the offensive end. But I think Seattle has enough offense on the perimeter, and I like the pace. And, of course, Sue Bird in an elimination game, how are you going to pick against her?
The 3-seed Minnesota Lynx come in as a 4-point favorite against the Chicago Sky at home. Who you got?
I'm going with Minnesota in this one. They've been playing excellent basketball down the stretch. They're rested, obviously. Sylvia Fowles is fresh off of winning the Defensive Player of the Year, so I think they're going to have an extra little bit of motivation from that. Chicago did look great in the first round, but Minnesota is a totally different team than Dallas. I think Sylvia Fowles is going to eat on both ends of the ball, so I'm taking Minnesota -4.
I'm going to take Chicago, and I think the game's going to be really tight, and if it comes down to free throws, I expect the Sky to be able to finish off the game, so I'm going to go with Chicago in this one, and this one is one I don't like. If I was putting money on the game myself, this would be a tough one for me. But I like Chicago, and I'm all in on Candace Parker and why she's there and what she plans to do with this team in the postseason.
The over-under is set at 165.5. We going over or under?
Well, you guys know I'm going over. I mean, I have so much confidence in the product at this time of the year and the way the players are playing. These two teams are playing their best basketball right now. So this game is going to be played in the high 80s. And I expect both these teams to score over 80 points. So I'm going over. And I like Chicago even with 5 players, maybe 6 in double figures based on the way they move the ball.
I'm going over as well. You know, these two teams played twice in the regular season. Both of those broke 190. I'm not sure if we're getting to 190 today, but I do think both of these teams have had trouble stopping each other. I think Minnesota's, like I said, rested. They're going to push the pace. And Chicago, we know, is always going to push the pace. So I'm going over 165.5 as well. Thanks for watching. That's the betting show. Follow along at Her Hoop Stats on all the social media for more betting and women's basketball content. We'll be back with you on Tuesday to break down the semifinals. Sun and Aces get the winner of these 2 games. Enjoy the games.